Okay, welcome back. Take two, Hobby Evolution, episode 281. I'm still not seeing. I'm seeing a different screen for my live chat. It should be enabled, but that threw me off on my initial video. So if you are watching, say something in the chat, um, because for some reason it looks different than what it normally does. Maybe since I took yesterday off, it's throwing me off. I don't know, but it's Monday, and I'm having a case of the Mondays. My computers are having cases of the Mondays, so we'll see. But yeah, if you're watching, um, drop a line in the chat because the chat box is like not showing up for me. So I don't know, and I made sure the second time I made sure to push the kids button when you hit no, because if you hit yes, doesn't allow a live chat. So I don't know. I'm not seeing anybody. I've got 4 people in here, but nobody in the chat. So I'm not sure what's going on. Weird. But anyway, Zach says he's in the chat. Zach just texted me that he's in the chat, but I'm not but I'm not seeing it on my screen. Weird. And now my screen is frozen. This is what happens when you take a day off. It all goes to hell. So I don't know. I'm frozen at 107 on my screen. Hopefully, you can still watch. Herman just sent me a message. We're chatting it up. So I'm sorry. I will not be able to read your chats. I don't know why it's not showing. It has a live chat and then everything else is just blacked out. Whoa, now there's a ninja on my screen. Okay, I've got to screenshot this. This is bizarre. I've never seen this before. So that's where my chat box is. So I will I'll text Zach what I'm seeing on the screen. So Zach, and then I'll message Herman. So this is what's on my screen where the chat box is. That's where I usually see your chats. This is weird. This is so bizarre. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, I'll keep talking. So weekend recap. We talked Saturday. I headed down to my mom's on Saturday afternoon for Mother's Day. My dad, I talked about my dad, gearhead. So his last car project that he restored was a 69 Chevy pickup. So we took that over to Geneseo, which is actually where my mom is from. They have a monthly car cruise. So we took the truck over there. But it was canceled because it ended up raining. It wasn't raining when we got there, but it did end up raining. So they canceled the cruise. So we took like one lap and then we met up with one of her friends, had a drink, and then grilled some steaks Saturday night. And then just hung out on Mother's Day, and then headed back and had dinner with my mother-in-law and my wife's grandma last night, and we had steaks last night too. So I had a lot of red meat, a lot of steak this weekend, which I'm not going to complain about. So my mom is like a flea market junkie, antique stores. So she's always, whenever she goes out to these places, she's always looking out for me. She's looking for cards. And usually it's kind of like, it's the thought that counts. Usually it's like a lot of these antique stores, it's like a Ziploc bag of like 50 cards, and it's all like 89 Fleer, 88 Donruss, and it's not like, you're not going to find Ken Griffey Jr. or Bo Jackson. It's, maybe a Tony Gwynn or Mark Grace, but she gets them for like $1.50, and I just pull the Cubs, put the rest in, in these random boxes. Although last year she got like 15 like 800 count boxes, and they were all like alphabetized by player, and I opened up like 13 of them, and and it was all like junk era, junk wax era. Plenty of Cubs. There were some stars, But then I get to like ironically, the last box I opened, it's got like a stack of 150 Ken Griffey Jr. cards. There were a few autographs, like commons, like from '96 Leaf when they had those on card autos. There was a couple of those. There was some random like parallel. So that was like the big money box. It was pretty cool. Never would have expected that from one of those boxes. But so she had gone to one of these places recently, and she picked up some of these old box sets. Fleer Team Leaders from '88. Still has the KB Toys sticker, $2.99. Back in '88, that's quite a bit. I'll have to get the inflation calculator out, see what that equates to today. Everybody was making cards. KB Toys, Kmart. This is from '88 also. And then '87 Fleer League Leaders, a Walgreens exclusive. So we talk about the junk wax era and calling now the junk wax era 2.0. And there's a lot of like bait, like, well, back in 1988, 89, there was only Fleer Donruss tops, and then you had Score and Upper Deck come along. But Walgreens was making cards. Kmart was making cards. KB Toys was making cards. Woolworths was making cards. Everybody was making cards. So that's kind of what these like box sets I compare to like Topps online exclusives and all that. And there's also like, yeah, you could go to your gas station and your barber shop and buy cards. You can't do that today, but we didn't have the internet 30 years ago. That's a huge difference. Like, yes, we still have cards anywhere we go. You can go to the barber shop and you're sitting waiting for the chair, and you can get on your phone and buy cards. So you can still buy cards at your barber shop. You just have to do it on your phone. So that thought kind of crossed my mind when it's like, oh, KB, Kmart, Walgreens, everybody was selling cards in 1988. So that's about all I did for the hobby this weekend. I listed some Bowman Chrome autos last night in my eBay store. Gonna do some hardcore sleeving this next week and a half. Madison Card Show's coming up on May 22nd. So my goal is at least 50,000 cards in my quarter boxes. And they're going to be, I'm going to have, and I talked about this Saturday, Topps Heritage Minor League box. There's going to be a first Bowman box. There's going to be a rookies box. There's going to be a non-sports box. Some will be sorted by player and team, but I probably won't get that in depth for the May show. Maybe for June, we'll see. Time pending. I kind of like the random idea. People seem to stick around longer because even for me, like I kind of know what I'm looking for. Cubs for my own PC, but then when quarter boxes are sorted by team, then it's just like I don't want to look through every team. I get bored. But when they're all mixed, it's like a treasure hunt. And that's just the way I think. That's the way my brain works. And I know there are plenty of people, and I had a couple at the April show. There were at least 2 people that walked by that like told me or asked, they're like, oh, those aren't sorted, and walked away because they were looking for probably specific team set, or sets or teams. So they walked away, and I'm sure there were many others that may have done that also. But there's the treasure hunters, and I had a few guys that sat in a chair and went through these boxes for a couple hours. So I'm gonna double up my chairs because I really only used one table. I had 2 tables, but the second table was just I had my laptop set up, just kind of where I was hanging out. But this time around, both tables are going to be utilized. I'll bring out 4 chairs and hopefully move a lot of quarter cards. So that's the goal for May 22nd, Madison Sheraton. This coming weekend is the big 3-day Wisconsin Dell show. So I'm going to, I plan on running up there on Saturday, and checking that show out. So that should be a fun show. So, I know my buddies out in Cleveland, Greeny's Sports Cards. Check them out on Facebook. They do a ton of auctions and sales on their Facebook page. They're at all the big shows, in the Midwest at least. So I know they're coming up from Ohio to Wisconsin Dells this coming weekend. And also in more for, I love the content they provide on their Facebook page, not like the sales and the auctions, but the collections they buy. And a couple of them have been here in Wisconsin. They have bought some amazing collections, and they'll take videos packing up U-Haul trucks and, just going through all this stuff. It's absolutely amazing, some of the stuff they buy. So they're on Facebook, Greeny's Sports Cards, and it's Greeny's, Greenie's, Steve Greenberg, and my buddy Steve Miller, are in that. And I want to head over there this summer. They opened up a new place in Cleveland. So I want to go over there and check those guys out. So yeah, so that's what I had for today. It's a Monday. So I usually don't have much on Monday mornings to talk about. And I think I covered everything. I didn't have any, my eBay sales were kind of, slower, and they have been. The good thing is my sales my sales dollars are actually, keeping pace with my average. And actually this month I'm projected to have the best month yet, but my volume is way down. Which is good because I haven't, and the reason my volume of sales spiked was because I was adding, I probably added 2,000 cards, 99-cent cards through the file exchange. And so with warmer weather and other activities, and I'm fully vaccinated, going out of town. Now I don't have the time to ship a bunch of 99-cent cards. So now I'm focusing on some of the baseball that I held back for the season. Now we're getting into minor league season. So now I can pull out, some of the prospect cards and start listing those. I've listed my wrestling magazine sales have been great. I showed off some of those 60s magazines. I bought a lot of 24 wrestling magazines from a Facebook group, and I paid $2.50 per magazine. And I think I've sold what, 4 or 5? I think 5 magazines. I think I sold one overnight for almost $300. And I still have, and I've got a few listed. And I get watchers regularly, so I'll throw out. And I actually this morning, I think I had watchers on 3 of them that I tossed out some offers. There's still a couple more that I've been selling for $40 and $50 a piece. And I bought these for $2.50. I've got a couple more of those to list, and then I've got a stack of some other magazines. So the wrestling magazine market has been good. And then I've got probably at least 100 Pro Wrestling Illustrated magazines that I was collecting a few months ago in the winter. And I've been slowly listing some of those, and those aren't, those sell for 10 to 20. Older ones go for 20, but $10-15 on those, in that range. So that's kind of where the sales have been. Some of the rookie cards on baseball that I've been listing recently, and then the wrestling magazines. So that's where I've been at. I'm bummed that I didn't have chat in this ninja. I'm gonna have to tweet this out. Herman and Zach saw the ninja. I'll tweet a picture out because it's blowing my mind. I don't know what the ninja. I'm gonna have to Google what's the YouTube ninja about. Now I don't even have a chat. When I started the first video and I knew something was up. It just didn't look right. I didn't know what was going on, but it didn't look right. So that's when I shut it down, and I did take 2. And it still didn't look right. And I made sure, I thought during the first video, oh crap, I didn't hit the right button. I didn't hit no. on the child thing, because if you hit yes, like if kids can watch this, then there's no live chat, and that's probably all the bots that do all the the sex links or whatever those are that I get on a regular basis on the chat screen. So didn't look right. Take two, still didn't look right. And then I froze on my end. I don't know if I froze on your end, but on my end I froze, and then the ninja popped up. So I don't know what the ninja is. I'm gonna have to look that up. So I apologize. I have no idea what's going on in the chat right now. So I hope you're having fun. Brad, if Brad's in the chat, let us know if you're going live, because I thought I recalled that you were not going to be going live Monday or Tuesday this week. So I don't know if Brad's with us, but I can't remember if that was this week that he said he was not going live. But let us know if you're going live, if Brad is in the chat. Texas Card Dude. Tonight it's Monday, so tonight at 7 p.m. Central Time. Check out Herman and Ken on the 3B Collection YouTube channel. So I'll be looking forward to tuning in tonight for those guys. So have a great Monday, and we'll talk tomorrow.